The long-awaited new episode of Swallowed Star has finally arrived. Luo Feng, now standing at the peak of the king level, has established his dominance across the battlefield. After slaying 14 powerful alien kings in succession, his reputation spread like wildfire throughout the 4 major peak clans. He, the once obscure human warrior, is now known as the King of the Blade River, a title that shakes the entire Yanji continent. But even as his fame rises to its peak, Luo Feng's heart remains restless. The military mission assigned to him had already been completed. He could at any time return from the outer battlefield and reunite with his people. Yet deep down, Luo Feng felt that his journey was far from over. The vast outer battlefield still held mysteries and dangers he had yet to conquer. To Luo Feng, his current achievements were merely the beginning. And so he set his sights on a place shrouded in legend and fear, the Star Tower. A region spoken of by countless kings as the most dangerous and mysterious forbidden land in the entire outer domain battlefield. It is said that within the Star Tower lie treasures left behind by ancient existences, objects so powerful that even cosmic lords covet them. But to reach them, one must first survive the trials that have claimed countless lives. Before embarking on this perilous journey, Luo Feng met with the Star Illusion King, a rare ally among the human camp. After a brief farewell, Luo Feng, accompanied by his newly subdued soul slave, the ultimate king known as the Heavy Arrow King, set off aboard the meteorite Ink Star. Their destination? The Star Tower, where countless warriors had entered, but few had ever returned. 2 days later, the endless void split open before them, and the colossal structure of the Star Tower came into view. Its shape resembled a pillar piercing through dimensions, radiating a mysterious and ancient aura. Even from afar, one could feel an oppressive pressure, as though the will of the universe itself dwelled within. The moment Luo Feng approached the Star Tower, something astonishing happened. A strange, soul-shaking resonance echoed deep within him. It was the same kind of calling he once felt when he obtained the 9 Tribulations secret code, and also when he received the summons from the Flame God clan's King Jia. It was as if the Star Tower itself was alive, and it was calling for him. In that instant, Luo Feng felt certain that this ancient tower was related to his destiny. Perhaps it had been waiting for him all along. Driven by this conviction, Luo Feng attempted to connect his consciousness to the Star Tower, sending forth his will to make it recognize him as its master. He released a powerful mental pulse, reaching deep into the tower's ancient mechanisms. But to his surprise, there was no response. No fluctuation, no acknowledgement, no feedback at all. The Star Tower remained silent, as if mocking his unqualified attempt. Luo Feng's effort to make the Star Tower acknowledge him as its master had failed completely. Unwilling to give up, Luo Feng pondered the reason behind his failure. He had the Earthling bloodline, the 9 Tribulations secret code, and the willpower of a top-tier king. Why then did the Star Tower reject him? The truth was that the Star Tower was no ordinary treasure. It possessed its own will, its own standards for choosing a master. Even Luo Feng's immense strength and potential were not enough. To be recognized by the Star Tower, one must pass through 3 trials. The first is lineage compatibility, which Luo Feng had already achieved through his Earthling heritage. The second is mastery of the 9 Tribulations secret code, the key to connecting with the Star Tower's ancient consciousness. But there was still a third requirement, the soul trial, a test of the very essence of one's being. Only those who could pass this test would earn the Star Tower's recognition. Luo Feng had reached the second step, but was not yet qualified for the third. The Star Tower had merely called out to him, not accepted him. Thus, his attempt to claim it as his master had ended in failure. Still, Luo Feng did not retreat. Instead, he decided to enter the forbidden area surrounding the Star Tower. The Heavy Arrow King, once an invincible being himself, served as his guide. Having ventured into the Star Tower's outer layers in the past, he was familiar with its dangers. But even he warned Luo Feng that what lay ahead was not something ordinary kings could handle. As the two entered the Forbidden Zone, a suffocating aura immediately engulfed them. The terrain itself seemed alive, constantly shifting, pulsing, and resisting their intrusion. Not long after, the first of the Forbidden Area guards appeared. It was a fiery red centipede, a creature thousands of kilometers long. Its body gleamed with metallic armor, and every movement shook the void. Though not possessing an immortal divine body, it held the power of a peak king. Even worse, the creature could divide itself upon death, splitting into 2, 4, or even 8 smaller versions, each with nearly the same strength as the original. The battle was fierce. Luo Feng and the Heavy Arrow King combined their might to strike down the Centipede's main body again and again, only for it to multiply and attack from every direction. Their divine bodies were continuously drained, and the pressure mounted with each passing second. But Luo Feng, ever resilient, refused to retreat. Through precise control and unwavering determination, he finally annihilated the Centipede swarm, clearing the first stage of the Forbidden Area. However, there was no time to rest. Deeper within the Star Tower, an even greater danger awaited. As they crossed into the 9th Forbidden Zone, an enormous shadow loomed before them. It was a black gorilla towering like a mountain, its muscles rippling with destructive force. Its every roar shattered space itself. Even the Heavy Arrow King, who had faced countless life-and-death battles, felt his soul tremble. The fight was far beyond what they had expected. Blows that could destroy planets were exchanged in rapid succession. The gorilla's divine body was terrifyingly resilient, regenerating almost instantly after each attack. Even the Heavy Arrow King's strongest arrows barely pierced its skin. Luo Feng had to unleash his full might, the fusion of his willpower, the power of his domain, and his unparalleled control of divine energy to finally suppress the creature. After an intense battle that shook the heavens, the gorilla finally fell. But Luo Feng couldn't help but feel puzzled. Why were such powerful forbidden guards appearing before him? The Heavy Arrow King, shocked as well, revealed that in all his previous visits, he had never encountered such high-level guardians. It seemed as though the Star Tower itself was deliberately increasing the difficulty, targeting Luo Feng personally. This could only mean one thing. Something extraordinary was about to happen. The two continued their journey, and soon the landscape of the Forbidden Area began to shift. A dazzling light erupted from the depths of the tower, illuminating the entire void. The Heavy Arrow King's expression grew serious. He recognized the omen immediately. He explained that such a phenomenon could only occur when a supreme treasure was about to surface. And this time, it was none other than the Sealing Star, a treasure so rare that even the mighty cosmic lords longed for it. Legend spoke of the Sealing Star's power to imprison stars, to bind space itself, and to suppress the divine bodies of even the strongest immortals. Its mere appearance could alter the fate of entire civilizations. Luo Feng and the Heavy Arrow King watched as the energy within the tower intensified. The Forbidden Area guards were growing restless, the void trembling with anticipation. The Star Tower was awakening. The long slumbering treasure, buried within countless ages, was finally about to emerge. But treasures of this magnitude never appear without consequence. The release of the Sealing Star's energy would surely draw the attention of countless kings across the outer battlefield. Those who had been observing the Star Tower from afar would soon descend in droves. A storm of greed, ambition, and death was about to engulf them all. For Luo Feng, this was both an opportunity and a challenge. If he could seize the Sealing Star, his strength would soar beyond imagination. It would bring him one step closer to matching even the cosmic lords. But if he failed, if he was even a moment too slow, he could lose everything, including his life. The preview ends with a single breathtaking image. Luo Feng standing at the entrance to the deepest part of the Star Tower, his divine body battered but unyielding. Before him, the Sealing Star glows with boundless power, and the void trembles with incoming presences. The real battle is about to begin. The Star Tower's treasure has finally awakened. The forbidden lands have begun to stir. The kings of the universe are converging, and at the center of it all stands Luo Feng, the man chosen by fate, yet still denied by the Star Tower. Will he pass the soul trial? Will he claim the Sealing Star as his own? Or will he be buried alongside the countless fallen kings who came before him? The next episode will reveal everything. Stay tuned and don't forget to share your thoughts. Are you ready for Luo Feng's life and death battle in the Star Tower? The treasure's light has appeared and history is about to be rewritten. See you next time.